over.
Okay. Thank you for the 5-7. I just didn't hear you. Give me my signal report. Okay, thank you for the 5-7. Well, you have a nice day. Good morning over there, and hope we catch you again. Just if you ever hear us in here, anytime, give us a call. Even on 20 meters. I talk on 20 meters. Give me a call sometime. Any of us. Have a nice day. Nice to meet you. Again, let's see, India 9, yeah, that's right. Echo, India 9, Hotel Whiskey, Kilo November 4, Lima, Echo India, back with the group.
Jim, there's a gentleman on standby. It's Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey Juliet United. Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey Juliet United. Just give him his signal report. That's it. Signal report, okay? Over.
Okay, I didn't get it. I think the second call is KN4 question mark. I didn't get it. But anyway, good morning, Daniel. Doug, if I've got your name correct and a portion of your call correct. My name is Tom. I'm in West Virginia. And I just stopped in for a minute to say hello to you guys, and I'm getting back out of the KW4VA, name's Tom. I'm in West Virginia. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Tom. Yeah, it's KQ4BRG, Kilo, Queen 4, Bravo Radio, Germany. Doug in Chesapeake there, Roger.
Okay, got you, Doug. Yeah, you're good and strong, buddy. You got nice sound and audio, and a good strong signal in West Virginia. Good job. You're 5 and 9. And good morning. I'm going to get back to bed. Too early for an 84-year-old guy. But
wow.
My pleasure. Spread the trees, guys. We'll do it again. WB8WJU.
Roger, man. You sound good, too. I got you 5-9-10 over. Great sound, signal, and audio coming from West Virginia. Hope we get to do this again. KQ4BRG 73 to you, my friend.
Thomas, Kilo Charlie 10 Golf Bravo. I just want to say one last thing. You're 84. God bless you, sir. God bless you for the fact that you're still on the radio and you're still here and you're still doing your thing. God bless you, sir. 73s. CQDX, Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo and Company. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo and Company. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo and Company. CQDX, over. CQDX, Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Over. So the band finally got nice and quiet, and now everyone's missing. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. CQDX, Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Over. I don't know about you guys, but the band here is like crystal clear, no noise at all. Doug, what about you?
I got a slight noise level, but yeah, it's not staticky like it normally is. It's actually pretty clear there, Roger.
Yeah, well, you know, on my radio it has what's called BC tune, so I mean I can really I can like take out any noise I want. Just once in a while, if it's really loud, unfortunately, if I try to take out too much noise, and then I can't really hear the other stations. Over.
Yeah, that's like on my FT891. I got a DNR button or switch on there, man, that thing works great just like that. And it only pulls in the station you're listening to. That's what I love about that thing. And it takes out all the noise around it.
Doug, I haven't even really been on your page that much, but I'm just sitting here thinking. So I've been looking at these speakers, these Bose speakers, the Bose computer speakers, and you're the kind of guy that comes across to me as you might have those speakers over.
Yeah, Roger. No, I used to have them in the past, man. In my recording studio, if you look at that page, my QRZ page, I actually have my recording studio, one of the pictures there. And I'm using these speakers are called, they're actually brand new on the market. The company just came out not too long ago. But I love these speakers. But they're the same thing, man. They're like desktop speakers, but they sound amazing. Hold on, let me give you the name of these speakers. Yeah, they're called Kali, K-A-L-I, Kali Audio. Oh my God, man, the sound off of these speakers are phenomenal.
Wow, Roger on that, because, I always say this. I always say this. Listen, stay away from the big names, because there's always a lot of other, companies out there that just haven't been known yet, that have better and cheaper pricing than a lot of these name brands. Over.
Yeah, QSL, and they rate these speakers up there with the big ones, man. Some of them speakers costing anywhere from like $2,000, like $7,000 to $2,000 speakers. But these things are phenomenal, and actually they're like $200 speakers, man. I think the biggest ones I have, the 8-inch ones, are maybe about 400. And 400 and something, but they when I tell you they sound phenomenal. When you get a chance, look them up on YouTube at K-A-L-I. They're called Kali Audio.
I definitely will, because I'm in the market for some speakers. As I'm not that thrilled paying all that money that I did for this radio, but the speaker personally isn't really worth all that. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, and they're desktop speakers. I think the smallest one they have are a set of 6s or 5s. And the thing you like about they're already powered. You don't need an amplifier for them. They're already powered speakers.
Roger. All right, so let's try this again. TQDX. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. TQDX. Over. TQDX. I was just bragging about how the band was nice and quiet, and all of a sudden it changed. TQDX. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Over. TQDX. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Over.
Golf 8, America United.
Okay, Golf 8, America United, D.B. Stanley from England, sir. You are loud and proud. You got some fire in that wire. You are a 5'9", 59, over.
Okay, thank you very much for the 59. My call is Echo Alpha 8, America United. Echo America 8, America United. You see no report in Las Palmas, Canary Island. It's 5'9", 59. No problem to copy you. It's very clear and very good radio. Okay, name is Mike. Mike India Kilo Echo. Mike India Kilo Echo. Kilo Charlie 1 Sugar Golf Bravo. Echo Alpha 8 America United. Over.
Echo Alpha 8 Alpha Mike Luciano de la Rosa. Is that correct, QSL?
Echo Alpha 8, America United, America Uniform.
Okay, Echo Alpha 8, America United, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's Miguel.
It's correct, my call. My name is Miguel. Mike India Kilo Echo.
QSL from the Canary Islands, Las Palmas de Spain. Buenos días, amigo. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás hoy?
Muy bien. Día 20 degree and good night. Okay, what is your name, please? Your name, please, over?
Mi nombre es Daniel. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo. Over?
Okay, I call, it's correct, no problem. But your name, spell to me your name.
Delta, Alpha, November, Island, Echo, Lima. Delta, Alpha, November, Island, Echo, Lima. Over?
Okay, Daniel. Thank you very much for...
Okay, Miguel, please stand by. I have another person. His name is Douglas. Kilo Queen Cuatro. Queen Cuatro. Radio Golf. Doug, go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, good morning, Miguel. Echo Alpha 8, Alpha Uniform. This is Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio Germany, and I have you 5'9" in the beautiful state of Chesapeake, Virginia. Great signal, great sounding audio. I'll be back to you, over.
Okay, Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio.
QSL, Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio Golf. Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio Germany. Yeah, the name is Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf there, Roger?
Yeah, with you, I'll pop up.
Q4, Bravo Radio Golf.
Miguel, Kilo Queen Cuatro, Bravo Radio Golf. Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio Golf. QSL?
Okay, QSL, I copy, no problem. Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio Golf. Please, give me my report. Give him a report. Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio Golf, Echo Alpha 8, America United. Over.
5'9", Miguel, I have you 5'9", Roger?
Okay, thank you very much for your report. Spell to me your name is Doc. Your name is Doc, no?
QSL, you got it, my friend. You got it, QSL. What's my report to you, over?
Your report is 5'9", 59. It's very clear, and the radio is very, very good. No problem to copy you, okay?
Roger. Okay, Miguel, I'm going to pass it back over because we got one more in company. KQ4VA. Back over to Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Golf Bravo.
Okay, Echo Alpha 8, Alpha United. Hacemos Kilo November 4, Lima Echo India. Kilo November 4, Lima Echo India. Jim, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, McGill. Echo Alpha 8. Alpha Uniform. Echo Alpha 8. Alpha Uniform. Kilo November 4. Lima. Echo India. Kilo November 4. Lima. Echo India. Jim. Julia India Mike. Jim from Georgia. USA. You're 5'9". Cinco Nueve.
Oh, you're 5'9" plus, because we're eliminators. I guess we're getting ground waveling coming on.
Maybe. I would think Clayton's far enough away that we're bouncing off of something, but you never know. Yeah, what kind of radio are you using, Ed?
Okay, I've got a K1RA 1200. It's a one-way dipole. Darn it, slipped mine right now.
From the night kit, and was running that when I got my ham ticket. It was a pretty nice little rig, pretty full-featured little AM table radio. It's built-in clock, built-in SWR meter, all kinds of lights that lit up when you talked. Transmit light, power on light, transmit light, modulation light. And I really liked that radio. And I thought I had notions of putting it on 10-meter AM, but never got around to it. Now I'm really kicking myself because it's hard to get crystals now. And International Crystal made crystals really easy. You just told them what you wanted and they'd make them. But they're gone now. And so then I got on the ham radio, and then the CB stuff immediately faded away. I had a 2-element quad on CB on 11 meters, and so I had to sell that to get a 6-meter beam, so I was off of CB after that. Never went back on. I just graduated to ham radio and just enjoyed the heck out of it. Been at it ever since. So that's 1971 when I first got on the air. And my first 2-meter rig was at AM. That's a Helicopters SR42A. I've since picked up night kits, TR108, 2-meter AM transceiver, really nice, beautiful radio. And I have with a matching Helicopters SR46, 6-meter AM rig for my old tube collection there. And it's in working condition. It needs to be. I need to recap both of those rigs, but I'll get around. But they're still working. Still working. It was fun. But so that's how I got started in all this mess. And I still got my little Star Roamer. I've kept it going all these years. A tube here and there, a new filter cap, stuff like that. And but that's how I got started. Well, talk about keeping a radio, Brian. I don't know if I told you this. I collect table radios, the 5-tube AC/DC All-American 5 radios, the plastic ones from the 40s and 50s. My oldest one that I have, the longest one I've had, believe it or not, I've had since I was 2 years old. It's an Arvin Hopalong Cassidy radio. I got it when I was 2 years old in 1955. Yeah, I was 53, 55. And it came out around 1950. The bedroom set that my mom and dad bought for me when my sister was born, a little cowboy bedroom set. The guy threw it in on the deal. I still have that exact radio. It's the heart of my collection. I told my son too, when I go, you better take that radio. That's you keep that. Keep it in the family. KE0CO WB9 MXX.
WB9MXX, KE0CO. That's really neat. Yeah, you saved a lot more stuff than I did, but I do have some old broadcast radios, and I'll have to dig through what they are. And it's not things that mean anything to me, really. It's just people knew that I was into radio, and they'd be cleaning out a house or whatever, and say, hey, there's some old radios here. Do you want them? And I have sold a few of them, but I've got some more around here. So I'll have to see what those are and let you know. I'll get the information on them and see if they've got any value to anybody. But I don't know if that stuff has value or not. And one of them is in a nice, pretty wood cabinet, but I don't remember what kind of condition it's in. And I've never powered any of them up. In fact, I don't even have a variac here, so I'd be afraid to give them any kind of energy without a variac. Probably just man, let me adjust this. Taz. Yeah, that's good right there. CQDX, CQ40, CQ40. This is Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio, Germany and Virginia and Company. Calling CQ40, CQ40. This is Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio, Germany and Company. CQ40, CQ40. This is Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio, Germany and Company. Calling CQ40, CQ40. This is Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio, Germany and Company. Somebody, let me try it one more time. CQ40, CQ40. This is Kilo Queen 4, Bravo Radio, Germany and Company, calling CQ. Anybody, anywhere, QRZ. I didn't get any stations in there, Phil. Dan.
Here all the way out to Washington State. I'll have to look that up. My oldest daughter lives in Camas, Washington, near Portland. You may know where that is. All right, Alpha Echo 7, Romeo Juliet. Randall, you're in the log. Thank you for checking in here to World Amateur Radio Day Whiskey 1 Whiskey special event. Good morning. All right, very good. And thank you, Mike, for the heads up there. All right, let's see. We have a Kilo Foxtrot 0 Lima Sierra Echo on Net Logger. Scott, Fort Collins, Colorado. This is Whiskey 1 Whiskey, World Amateur Radio Day. Good morning.
Thank you, and you're a 5-9 in Colorado.
Okay, yeah, I missed the signal report. Give me the signal report again, please.
Roger, you're a 5-9 in Colorado.
All right, I got you 5-7 back here into North Carolina. The name here is Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I got you in the log, Scott, for the World Amateur Radio Day. We are the Whiskey 1 Whiskey activation, and by virtue of your check-in here, you're eligible for a certificate of participation. And if you can work us on any of the other two bands, we're on 80, 75, 20, and 15 meters, then you'll get a clean sweep endorsement. For all the details, head out to Whiskey 1 Whiskey on QRZ. Back to you, Scott.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, thank you for checking in. Kilo Foxtrot 0 Lima Sierra Echo from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 7-3.
slant, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, net control for this activation of World Amateur Radio Day. Enjoying a wonderful evening of propagation. Glad to have all the check-ins there. We got Mike riding along here. Appreciate his company. Whiskey 9 Bravo Tango Mike. And he's telling me he's new at some of this. I think he's pulling my leg. All right, Mike, are you still awake?
Still what? Yeah, I'm here.
Good one. All right, you're just booming in here. It's crazy how strong your signal is. But I'm loving it. We've had enough solar shenanigans to last us for the rest of cycle 25. Okay, so up to date on net logger, so we'll make another over-the-air call here for check-ins to Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Any station wishing to check in, listening for your full call sign with phonetics, please. Call now.
Kilo Bravo 9 Whiskey Lima Foxtrot.
Nicely done, phonetically spaced out for my two brain cells. Now I've set myself up to fail because I might not have copied it down correctly. I believe I did, though. My money says that's Carl in Port Richey, Florida. QSL?
QSL, yeah, you're booming 20 to 30 over here.
Hey, wonderful to hear. Yeah, good band conditions here. You're about the same. Nice, beautiful, loud signal. So we'll go with 5.9 both ways. Very good. What kind of transmitter are you using there, Carl?
I'm a little embarrassed to say, but it's an ICOM 718.
Hey, it's got you on the air, and it sounds great. You got nice fidelity in the audio there. Nothing to be ashamed about at all. So, very, very good. All right, I got you all buttoned up in the log, and you probably copied the narrative about the certificate. If you or anybody listening has questions, head out to Whiskey 1 Whiskey on QRZ, and there you can find all the information you need. And by the way, when we are on the air, wherever we are, we will be, the on-air graphic will be flashing. I hope that's working for you. Mike, check that out. Let me know. But there should be a graphic saying on air, and then right below that, information about the activation or multiple activations, because we're going to be running sideband and CW, and have some of them overlapping, and that can get fun pretty fast. So, and then during the day when we have a lot of activity, I'll ask people to go out and spot our activations. So that usually brings the masses, but I kind of prefer it when things are a little bit slower. We can rag to a little bit. So Carl, grateful for your check-in there, and you have a great rest of your day, whether it's coming to a close or just getting started. Glad you made time for us. Kilo Bravo 9 Whiskey Lima Foxtrot from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 73.
Well, thanks for doing the special event. I always appreciate that. You have yourself a nice day as well, Silver Tree, and I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, it's our 4th year doing it, and every year it just gets to be more fun, mostly because I'm able to recruit more volunteer net controllers. And yeah, good. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. So yeah, we generally recruit out of our Tintec Legacy Net members. I'm gonna try to talk Mike into joining our group, and then we may get him on the payroll there. So all right. Yeah, when we're not doing this, we're running the Tintec Legacy Nets. We keep the 46-year history alive of Tennessee Technologies, better known to most as Tintec. And we have a website out on groups.io. And if you go to that main site, it's a watering hole for a lot of different nets and groups. Groups.io. and there's a search box to find the group, and there you can just type in Tintech Legacy Nets. Don't forget Legacy Nets. If you just put Tintech in, you'll get lost. So Tintech Legacy Nets. I've got a link on the Whiskey One Whiskey QRZ page. So, yeah, check us out. If you like what you see in our vision statements there, we'd love to have you. We're 325 members strong, I believe that's right, and always room for more. You do not have to have a Tintech radio, but yeah, all transmitter types are welcome. Unless you're a net controller on those nets, then you have to have a Tintech. That's the only rule. Okay, so let's see. What are we doing now? Yes, we'll make another over-the-air call. This is Whiskey One Whiskey, World Amateur Radio Day Special Events Station. The call here I just gave it, Whiskey One Whiskey. Listening for your call. That's what I want to hear. With Fanatics, call now.
K1RA, November, Romeo, India.
Oh, that's a loud signal. Maybe a little RF on it, though. I'm sorry to report. Gary, Kingsport, Tennessee, the home of the state of Tennessee Technologies there. Gary, the name here is Mark, Mike Alpha, Romeo, Charlie. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you. You're doing a fine job here. Excellent signal. Probably about 30 over.
Yeah, you're about the same, so we'll go 5-9 both ways, and I'll get you all buttoned up in the log here. So what's new and exciting in Kingsport these days?
Well, not much. It's a growing town, though. We're growing. We're excited. We still got Eastman down here.
Yeah, I used to travel from Charlotte. They were a customer of mine many moons ago, and that was back when Kingsport was anything but big. But it was a wonderful town. I enjoyed all of my visits there. Well, I've enjoyed and appreciate your visit here this morning. And Gary, like I mentioned, you're in the log. So if you wish to find out more about World Amateur Radio Day, head out to Whiskey One Whiskey on QRZ, and as the newspapers used to say, read all about it. Or if you have a question here, I'm happy to answer it. Otherwise, you're all buttoned up in the log here. Kilo 4, November, Romeo, India from Whiskey One Whiskey. Back to you, Gary.
Okay, well, that's real fine. We'll if you go to the website, we'll hunt it up from the call sign or something. But anyway, I don't have any other questions. Glad you're out here promoting World Amateur Day. Anyway, have a good morning. I just turned the rig on and heard you talking, and thought I'd just try the radio out and see if I could talk to you this morning. Have a good morning. 7-3's K1RA.
All right. Well, glad you started your day with us. And yeah, if you go out to QRZ.com there and type in Whiskey One or W1W there, you can get all the details. It's an annual event put on by the International Amateur Radio Union, which is like the worldwide version of the ARRL, and they work in many different facets to enhance, preserve amateur radio. I would say their biggest accomplishment is keeping the frequencies allocated all around the world. We don't overlap exactly with other countries or regions, but they're working to keep the different parts of the world from selling the bandwidth, the frequencies, because they're especially upper frequencies. There's not a lot of people after the HF frequencies, but when you get higher, there's a lot of people grabbing for it. And this year, the initiative is Human Security for All is the theme for this year's event, which is a United Nations initiative. You can read about that till your eyes get bloodshot. All right, get some coffee. I could use some here. All right, let's see. This is Whiskey One Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day Special Events Station. Listening for your full call sign. Standard phonetics, please. Call now.
Kilo Delta 8, Tango Foxtrot.
All right, nice loud signal there. That's Jeff in Leesburg, Florida. I believe you are 5'9" into North Carolina. Name is Mark. Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mark. Good to meet you. Name here is Jeff, and you're 5'9" plus down here in Florida. Yeah, I was just reading the W1VA page, and it looks interesting. I didn't know it started already.
Well, it really wasn't supposed to, but because of the partnership with the United Nations, they decided to expand it to 2 weeks. Traditionally, it's just been one day, every year on April 18th. And that's where I've got most of our volunteers lined up to go wall to wall and during that 24-hour period. So, but I've already alerted them that, hey, there's permission to go ahead and activate now all the way through the 25th of the month. So if you head out to the HS4A website, Human Security for All website, it's linked there on the Whiskey One Whiskey page. There's a dozen or so worldwide stations, a few that are stateside, and you can kind of challenge yourself to work them all. Or here you can find 2 other bands to work, and if you do that and request a certificate of participation, you will earn your clean sweep endorsement for working 3 of the 4 bands that will be operating: 80, 75, 40, 20, and 15. That's 5 bands. So any of the 5 bands, usually I group 80 into one band. Depending on how you think of 80 and 75 meters, it's really one band. So any of the 4 bands, if you work 3 of them, either sideband or CW, that will qualify you. So a little bit of challenge there. All right, well, Jeff, thank you for the call there out of Leesburg. Once again, beautiful signal. I'll turn it back to you with curiosity what radio you're talking on. I'm on a Tentec Orion 2 here. Kilo Delta 8, Tango Foxtrot from Whiskey One Whiskey. Over.
All right, there's a big debate about Tentec on our 3905 net tonight. Got ugly at times, but anyway, I'm running a Zygu G90 with their XP125 amp, 100 watts, into a 66-foot dipole. You guys aren't working 10 at all this year? Man, it's a great year for 10.
I've been on 12. 12 is my favorite band, and I've dropped down to 10 and heard, usually when 12 is open, 10 is. So, well, I missed that. I found it in, I run the Tentec Legacy nets, probably nothing discussed I haven't heard before, but what was the main topic of conversation about Tentec? Over.
Oh, just comparing Tentec to Yaesu and ICOM. It wasn't pretty for Tentec, but hey, I think they're good radios. I don't have one, but I've heard a lot of them. They sound good.
Well, they're all getting long in the tooth. You know, the 2014 was the last Ten-Tech radio produced, the Ten-Tech Eagle and the Argonaut 6, a QRP rig, but the Eagle was the last 100-watt HF radio. And they didn't sell a lot of those because it was announced and then they shut down. But the Omni 7 and the Orion that I'm talking on, quite a few of those. The Jupiter was a very popular radio, a good entry-level radio. Not a lot of menus or knobs and buttons, just kind of like a Yaesu FT450D, just straightforward, you know, ICOM 718, you know, just gets the job done. So, all right, very good on the Zygo. Yeah, I was getting ready to say, well, if you're 20 watts on the G90, your signal is amazing, but no surprise, you got a little bit of fire in the wire there, so very good. Yeah, we celebrate the 46-year history of Ten-Tech, 1968 to 2014. We have no affiliation with the charlatans that were the subsequent owners. They really did a lot to damage the reputation of the company with their false promises. Fake news! So, anyway. But we sure enjoy keeping them on the air, and there's a good fellowship of Ten-Tech owners that gather on Saturday mornings on 75 meters and then 40 meters down below here, 7195 there on Sundays. Come join us sometime. And glad that you're joining us here, Jeff. Kilo Delta 8 Tango Foxtrot from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 73.
All right, yeah, a lot of guys started on that Jupiter. I heard a bunch about that. And I may be joining you from the park. I just got my solar set up and getting the box together to transport it in, and I'll be POTA for maybe in 2 weeks, I think. So maybe I'll talk to you from there. 73, good to meet you.
Yeah, if you're going to do POTA work, you want to check out Thomas. He's on YouTube. Kilo 4 Sierra Whiskey Lima, and he's based up here in North Carolina. But you'll be blown away with all of his YouTube videos on POTA activations. Very capable guy. He's the owner, editor of SWL Post and QRPer.com. And he's into some other things that he's doing. But a very pleasant gentleman, really enjoys his POTA activations. And he's still working. I don't know how he must have a really good boss. So check out Kilo 4 Sierra Whiskey Lima. You will not be disappointed. He's always trying out new gear, including a Ten-Tech. He's got the little 4020. He's a big CW operator. Alrighty, 7-3, Jeff. You're in the log. Alright, here is Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Listening for additional over-the-air check-ins. Your full call sign with phonetics, please. Call now. There's somebody tuning up. Mike, wake up. All right, very good. Let's see. Yeah, are you going to join our group or not, Mike?
I don't know what's Ten-Tech. I'm only an ICOM 73 owner. I don't qualify. Hi.
Well, then you must have been snoring because you missed what I said. You do not have to have a Ten-Tech transmitter to be part of our group. All transmitter types are welcome unless you are a net controller on the Ten-Tech nets, and you're not one of those. You could be if you got a Ten-Tech radio, but to join our group, you can have any little old radio you have, and you're welcome around our campfire. Over.
Well, hence I said hi at the end there, Mark. I'm pulling your leg. No, I heard you. I heard you. Yeah, well, sounds like I can't ever be in net control unless I buy something used, because they don't make the radios no more.
Yeah, and I got to quit buying them. You see, when I got in the driver's seat, I started this whole legacy net thing, and I suddenly became the person that surely wants to buy any old Tentec gear. So whenever somebody with Tentec equipment goes silent key, somehow, I surely didn't advertise it. They all come, the heirs of the estate come flocking to me. I heard that you buy Tentec equipment, and before I even know, I just know that somebody died. And I got a guy that I'm meeting on Saturday. His father passed away up in New England, and he had like a mini museum of Tentec equipment. And I was telling him how he can sell it. And, I spent a lot of time with him. And he finally just came out and said, just make me an offer, and I'll say yes. And I says, well, I don't need any more radios. Please don't ask me to do that. He goes, well, I am. So I threw out a number. And, I'm not stealing them. I gave him what I consider to be a wholesale number. But I got 3 more Tentec rigs coming in here. Anyway. Okay, very good. Oh, I just got an email from station, where is he? Oh, how cool. He's using a valve regen receiver, and he recorded a little bit of what he heard. And, this is too cool. He just sent me a picture of it. David, Golf 7 Bravo Echo Hotel. Golf 7 Bravo Echo Hotel. He's got a valve regen receiver, and he sent me a picture of it. This thing is like off the charts cool. And I'll email this to you. You'll like to see this, Mike, or you better pretend you do. Is your email address on your QRZ page? It better be.
Oh, yeah, good on QRZ. And, hey, 3 Tentec radios, man. One could go, donate it to the W9BTM club station, and, then we could just get another net controller on there. Hi.
Ah, there's your picture. Man, you're a young guy. What are you, 27, 28?
Well, I don't know whether that's an insult or comp, but no, I'm 31, man.
Well, I used to be a bartender, so I was pretty close. You got to give me some credit. Let me see what else you got on your. You got any good-looking women on your webpage? Where's your girlfriend?
Oh, she's on the Facebook page. You gotta be an extra friend to be on there, huh? But one thing I don't think I've noted on the QRZ page, I'm actually a 3rd-generation ham op, so I've got my grandfather's call, and then my uncle, is the 2nd gen, I'm 3rd gen, so the wife's got her license, WI9 DOG, and then my kiddo, he's only 4 right now, so we've got a couple of years before he can read and write, but as soon as he learns, he's already got my call sign memorized, both my ham and GMRS call memorized. It's only a matter of time till he picks up the book and gets his call, and that'll be 5th, so yeah, it's ham radio is in the family.
Well, the big question is your XYL or girlfriend, is she licensed?
Yes, she is, WI9 DOG. She's just a tech at right now, but trying to get her to get the general.
Oh, I am completely impressed. I have 2 daughters, and I used to have a wife. I had to put her in the eject seat there. She told me that she didn't like ham radio, and she didn't like history. and those are two of my favorite things. Well, she used to be my favorite thing, but anyway. So I said, honey, will you sit down here and do not fasten the seatbelt? Nah, she's a pretty good old gal, but she hated ham radio, and my daughters think it's all for rednecks. I don't know if you know what a redneck is. We have those down here in the South. So, very good. All right, well, I'm going to send you a copy of this email I just got, and you can sit there in amazement like I am. So, David, if you're still copying, Golf 7 Bravo Echo Hotel, thank you very much. That's a very nice thing that you did there, and much appreciated. So, there it goes. All right, Mike's like, well, where's my email? You gonna send it or just keep talking? Yep, it's on the way to you, the speed of, almost speed of light. Check that out, man. That's way cool. Oh yeah, I sent you, it's got my email signature. You can see what an old man looks. Look at that old man. I could have sent you mine with a beard. I look meaner with my beard. All clean shaven there, I'm all happy. I was happy when I was your age. Oh my gosh. The girl I was dating then, I should not have let her get away. Alright, well, let's get back to work here. See if we can round up any more check-ins here. The net logger kind of going slow, so we'll continue with an over-the-air call. Any station anywhere wishing to check in the Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day, listening for your full call sign, standard phonetics, much appreciated. Call now.
From the slow skin? Are you hearing that, Mark?
Yeah, well, is that you making that racket?
Oh no, that sounds like somebody doing a slow scan.
I don't know. It's not real loud here, so. All right, Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day, listening for additional check-ins. Call now.
Kilo 2, Victor Papa.
Is it Kilo 2, Victor Papa, New Jersey, QSL?
QSL, name is Gus, Golf Uniform Sierra.
Well, Gus, I appreciate your check-in to get us back focused on what we're doing here. We're starting to get a little punchy. So thank you for your call out of Richfield, New Jersey. So, Gus, what kind of radio are you talking on this morning? Over.
It's a expensive one. It's a FTDX 9000.
Well, that is an expensive one. That's a fine radio, FTDX 9000. Well, you are 5'9", beautiful signal coming back here to North Carolina. My name is Mark, Mike Alpha, Romeo Charlie in Greensboro, and I'm on a Tentec Orion 2. You ever heard of Tentec, Gus?
Yeah, I was licensed in the 86, and Tentecs were around, and always wanted one, but then we were off the air for 30 years and never got around to getting one, but still they look good, the old ones, and probably the new ones too. So always wanted one. Back to you.
Yeah, well, it's like a woman, you know. The old ones are good to go with, but the newer ones sure do look nice. See, Mike's got to be talking about the ladies there. Okay, well, Gus, it's a pleasure to work you here, and that's certainly a vintage Yaesu rig. Let's see, when did the FTDX 9000s come out? It's been, what, about 10 years ago, or more recently, over?
No, I think they were about 10 years. I was off the air for 30 years, and I always liked big radios, and I always liked Yaesu. So when a couple of the older Yaesus, the 980, came around, and I have a FC102 tube finals. I have that on the shelf there. I have a FC5000. So I'm a Yaesu man, so I figured I retired, and I didn't have anything to do with the money. So, but the money's going pretty fast with all these radios.
Oh yeah, well you need to go get you a great big old OM power amplifier. You can spend some big money, or a PGXL Flex amplifier. Do you have an amplifier? If it's so, what kind you got?
That's a Kenwood 922 Alpha, a TL 922A. I guess it's doing about 700 watts.
Oh, okay. So you bat with a Yaesu, but you run the bases there with the Kenwood amp. Okay, well, that scores home runs. Well, that's a good amplifier, as long as you got somebody who can work on them, because they tend to need a little TLC. And I know a guy down in Florida who's really skilled with them, but hopefully you won't need that. I use a Tentec Centurion amplifier here. It's just kind of loafing along here. It's got a couple of 3500Zs in it. So, very good. All right. Well, listen, it's a pleasure to meet you, Gus. Thank you for giving us a holler. And you are in the log here for Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Kilo 2, Vice President, W4OVT 73.
W4OTZ, is that your call?
Well, if it wins me some money, I'll say yes, but no, it's Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango is my regular call, but I'm running the special event here for Whiskey 1 Whiskey. My regular call is a vanity call for the Southern Campaign of the American Revolution, the Over Mountain Victory Trail, the men that went and whooped up on the British at the Battle of Kings Mountain. Roger?
Roger, roger. Well, we fought some British around here, too.
Oh, well, sure you did. Yeah, a lot of the northern battles. Of course, the thing about the northern battles was it didn't settle the matter. In fact, the British were rather emboldened, and that's where Sir Henry Clinton, the leader of the British forces in the colonies, he was so confident that he sent Lord Cornwallis down for the Southern campaign, and it was all going according to plan, because Clinton essentially had Washington and the Continental Army exactly where he wanted them. They were freezing, they were starving, they had cut off their provisions, they were running out of black powder, so he sent Cornwallis and his army to the south, and it was all going their way. They took the siege of Charleston with relative ease. They came up through South Carolina, the Battle of Camden, the Hornet's Nest of Resistance in Charlotte. But the miscalculation was at Kings Mountain, and that's where Cornwallis's lieutenant there, Patrick Ferguson, he issued a threat, and he shouldn't have done that. He told those frontiersmen, if you do not desist in your opposition and lay down your arms, I will march my army, cross your mountains, and hang your leaders, and lay waste your land with fire and sword. Well, 900 of those men came out and traveled along the Over Mountain Victory Trail a period of 3 weeks before they circled the mountain, and in 1 hour and 5 minutes, those 900 men won a decisive victory. And the rest is American history, because had not Kings Mountain happened, there's not a historian alive who has ever claimed that Washington would have prevailed in the Revolutionary War. He was done, cooked, defeated. But that did not make the history books because the printing presses were all up in the Northeast. So if you get some time, check out the Battle of Kings Mountain. Thomas Jefferson